have a couple of pieces using this technique. I love it for its bright, vibrant colors. Today I'll show you how I go about creating a portrait. I was inspired by my friend's work. She did a photo shoot for a young man. I was incredibly taken by her photos, the atmosphere she captured, and the character of her object. I've started sketching it. I'm currently working through the darker areas to, in a sense, shape the image from within the blank canvas. I'm adding some deep shadows to create depth, specifically in the darkest areas. These are the shadows under the nose, the full lush lips, and the eye sockets of the young man. Only in general, wood pastel differs from dry pastel in quite a few ways. The oily binding, the level of transparency, and the smearing all vary. Bright, dense colors without being vexed is the outcome when using oil pastel. For a more airy, light texture, dry pastel is used. Color mixing comes from applying pressure to the crayon, and blending can also be achieved with a wet finger. Oil pastel with its dense structure holds strongly onto grain paper, creating bold, colorful art due to such qualities. After achieving the most bright and saturated tonalities in the darkest areas, we gradually capture the main tone of the face. It's more or less ochre. Of course, the photo's also been processed. I'm not bound to create a duplicate. I'm captivated by the work of the photographer and the model. I make something that's my own, according to how I felt it was needed. I deepen the shadows in every step as I refine the form, switching between darker and lighter. Then I gradually darken the shadows constantly. We had a white background, so I made relatively dark shadows. Then I added more light, shades of color in the light areas. So the shadows needed to be darkened more. It's wrong to make the shadows dark at once because everything is perceived in comparison, and you progress at each step towards. The shadow there is mid-tones. As you deem necessary, each time at every stage the work should indeed look like a completed stage. Don't just throw down a piece and consider it done. Another piece done directly, the final result doesn't make too much sense to see the whole picture in our scene. This may affect how we perceive other areas, so it's better to work simultaneously on everything, gradually do different stages of work. Since oil pastels are composed of linseed oil, it dries within a month, even up to 2. A part of the oil is absorbed by the paper, a portion escapes into the air. You need to understand that it resists drying and is almost always fresh and rather soft. As the pastel dries, it becomes slightly darker, especially. This is particularly noticeable in bright colors, but it's never too late to correct something with the passing of time. Oil and oil pastels always have room for corrections if the artist thinks so. Materials to apply oil pastels can be found in, well, one might think of construction shops, but yes, you can apply oil pastels not only on primed paper and on unprimed cardboard canvas, but also on wood and suede leather. The final stages will include detailing locations, providing clarity, some really striking highlights, colors, shades, and also some small dark details. I think we have made a fantastic portrait, very much in my style afterwards. I also worked on the background a bit and some small details, and then sealed it all with varnish. Here's how it turned out. Do you think it is worthy of your like? Comment on what you think, write in the comments below this video.